Today we'll be starting with the Employee Central module, guys, and I hope like you have received the material with respect to the Employee Central. And just now I sent the latest data models that are relevant to your Employee Central module, and I'll be sharing with you and also I'll be sharing.
Raghu, I'm sorry, I can't hear you very well. Can you please come closer to the mic?
Yeah. 1 second, guys. Okay, is that fine now?
A little better.
Okay.
A bit more, please.
1 second. Yep. Is it okay now, motion?
Yeah, a lot better. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Yep. Okay. So what I told you is like I shared the relevant material with you for the Employee Central module, and I'll be sharing with you the THR81 documentation, and at the same time I'll be sending you a couple of more implementation guides on your Employee Central module, guys. I'll do that probably tonight or by tomorrow. I'll do that. And with respect to your Employee Central module, you might be all know that it is your core HR system. It is equivalent to your core HR system. So what EC is going to carry inside that, and how it is different from the talent management module that we have seen so far. So Employee Central is the module that is going that is the central repository or the database where all your employees master data is going to be reside, guys. Everything, all your employee data is going to be stored in your SuccessFactors system. All your employee data is going to be stored in SuccessFactors Employee Central module. And Employee Central is smart enough, and so far we haven't seen any historical data, right? What are the things that we have worked so far on the talent management suite? We haven't seen the historical data of the employee or any data. But you will be able to see the historical data of the employee changes in the Employee Central module, guys. And you can establish relationships which are basically called as associations in Employee Central module. And you can create effective dated entities or objects. And you can work on workflows which are like more sophisticated than whatever the roadmap that we have seen so far, guys. So in this fashion, your Employee Central module is a bit different than the system that we have seen so far. And yes, your Employee Central module is the core HRIS system, and it is also called a system of record. And it is the module or the system where you are going to define your organization structure, your jobs, and basically job structure, and your employees, job information. Everything is going to be configured and stored in your Employee Central module. It is more equivalent to your personal administration, organization management, ESS, MSS functionality that you have seen on SAP HCM, guys. So when you are implementing, like say, now you got a little bit background about Employee Central module, guys. So when you are implementing Employee Central module for your client or at your own organization, so SuccessFactors recommend a 14-step implementation sequence that you need to carry out in your provisioning system. Couple of things on your provisioning system and couple of things on your instance, guys. And this is the first thing that you have to set up on your system. Then you can configure any other requirements on your SuccessFactors Employee Central module, guys. So what is this 14 steps? What are the different things that you are going to do in this 14-step sequences? It goes like this thing, guys. Let me write it down on a notepad. Basically, it consists of 14 different steps, guys. The first thing is going to be like, you have to set up the provisioning system. Yes, you got the license from SuccessFactors and you paid everything. So the first thing is like you have to set up the provisioning account. So the provisioning account, basically like you are going to get the login credentials for the provisioning system. And once you log into the provisioning system, you have to create the super administrator, guys. So the super administrator, as I told you earlier, you have the provisioning system and you have the instance, but when you are implementing any module for the very first time, you don't have credentials to log into your SuccessFactors instance, guys. So the only credentials you get to log in is to the provisioning system. So once you log into the provisioning system, you have to create the super admin, and he is the super admin is the one who is going to log into the instance for the very first time. And he will configure the other users, he will create the other employees, and he will provide the or grant the required privileges to the other employees, guys. So these are the first two steps that you are going to do, and the third step is going to be like you have to load or configure your corporate data model. I'll talk about these data models, but at a high level, your corporate data model is the XML file which is going to have the different objects, and these objects are going to help you to build your enterprise structure or your organization structure, your job information, pay scale. All these enterprise related entities are going to be built using the corporate data model XML file, guys. Usually SuccessFactors will give you the standard data models. All the data models, the standard data models are going to be provided by SuccessFactors, and as a first thing you have to load these standard SAP SuccessFactors provided data models into the provisioning system, guys.
Hey Raghu, could you please tell me what is that corporate data model?
We are going to configure the corporate data model, guys, but what is going to have in your corporate data model is your enterprise related entities like your company code, your locations, your business units, and your cost center, your workflows, everything. These are the different objects of your employee central module, and those things are going to be built using your corporate data model, guys.
Raghu, I have one question.
Yeah.
Can we change in the standard thing also? Like, can we customize those standard data models too?
Yes, we can do that. I'll show you how to do that.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
No worries. So once you are done with the corporate data model, loading the standard SuccessFactors provided corporate data model, what we'll be doing is like I'll give you the configuration workbooks. I hope I already sent you the configuration workbooks. We'll take those configuration workbooks and we'll try to fulfill or configure all the requirements that has been captured in those configuration workbooks. With respect to the data models, those are the two configuration workbooks we'll be
Raghu,
working on.
what is the best way to open that RAR files? I'm really having hard time like opening those files .rar.
You have to install the WinRAR application, Rashmi.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. And so once you load the corporate data model, the standard SAP SuccessFactors provided data model, the next thing is going to be like you have to load the succession data model, guys. So what is your succession data model? If you have attended my talent management modules, we have seen that succession data model is more related to the employee information, whether their personal information or address details, so their leave of options, everything, their dependent details, anything which is not related to the enterprise or organization, and things which are pretty much related to the employees or the people of your organization are going to be built using the succession data model, guys. Again, your succession data model is a simple XML file. I'll show you how to read your data models, all those things, but let me finish this implementation sequence, then we'll start one by one, guys. So once you load the succession data model, the next thing is going to be like you have to load the country specific corporate data model. So what is your country specific corporate data model? Your country specific corporate data model is going to have the entities that are dependent on a country. Like say you are defining a business unit. Say if you are defining a business unit in US, the data that you are going to capture to build that business unit should be different from another business unit which you are going to build in India. So how the system should dynamically determine or build that particular screen so that you will be able to capture the business unit or any entity that are related to the enterprise is going to be provided by your country specific corporate data model, guys. Give me a second, guys. Let me log into the system. I'll show you a little bit so that you can easily understand things. Just give me a second, guys. It will log into the system. But meanwhile, let me complete this sequence. So the next step is going to be like load your country specific succession data model. And again, the things that are specific to the employee related data, but which are dependent on the country. Let's say if you are capturing the personal address of the employee, which is relevant to the succession data model, but when you are trying to capture the address of an employee in India, the address format is different, and when you compare to an employee address in US, right? So the screen should be automatically built or should be dynamically loaded based on the employee's location. So those kind of things which are dependent on the countries are going to be segregated and placed into country specific data models, guys. That is the reason you can see the corporate is divided into country specific corporate data model, and your succession data model is again divided into country specific succession data model. Let me, okay. If I go to, don't worry about all these things, guys. If you are new to Employee Central module, I'll tell you about all those things. Let's say I am hiring a new employee. Add new employee.
Another quick question. Would this data come from the core HR system, SAP, or would this have to be loaded in fresh?
See, if you have a legacy SAP HCM system, yes, you have to load the data from the legacy system into SuccessFactors, Hari.
Okay, so most companies do have, right? I mean,
Yeah.
would there be an instance where they would not have SAP and then just do this?
No. See, irrespective of whether they have the SAP system or any other system, if they are going forward, they want to use the Employee Central module of your SuccessFactors, means they have to load the data into SuccessFactors. And Hari, I am worried like why you are thinking about data loading at this point of time. We are not talking about data loading, right? We are just setting up the system.
Yeah, but you're talking data model. The data model
See.
depends on...
See, this data model is nothing to do with your data, guys. I'll tell you about
Okay.
these are the only structures you are building. You are not loading data into these data models. You are just building the structures. Like say, what is your info type? Info type is nothing but it's a group of collection of similar fields, right? Nothing but technically speaking, it is structure. Inside the structure, you have a couple of fields and their technical attributes, right? And in the same fashion, your data model is nothing but it is equivalent to couple of info types, guys. So your data model is going to have couple of objects, and each object is going to have certain fields and their attributes. Is that clear, guys? Yep. Okay. Say, this is how you are going to add a new hire or a new employee in your SuccessFactors Employee Central module, guys. And you can see you have your effective dated entities. So far, you haven't seen the effective dated objects or entities in your talent management system, but you are seeing here. So this is a little bit different. Let's say I am going to hire an employee today and they belong to the company. You can see here, these are the different companies that has been defined in our system. Let's say the company is ASUSA underscore Texas. And the reason you are hiring is, like say it is going to be like new hire. And let's say it is going to be